So good day. Today we're talking about the strategies for the hotel and tourism industry during the new normal of COVID-19. So, if you are also thinking about your business should confront the COVID-19 crisis or if you already taken the first action to adapt the new normal, in this video I am going to explain several interesting measures that I have read, heard and seen from another professionals in the hotel and tourism sector who work in many of the top international hotel chains. So from my point of view, I see the industry is beginning to accept the situation. So much so that there are already many actions that we can see being implemented in advance of the new normal. So the first is a situation of unprecedented instability is general a good reason for cuts and exceptional measures as well as new opportunities in the hotel and tourism industries. The speed of which everything has happened during the COVID-19 pandemic is contrasted by the severe measures that have paralyzed travel. This has given rise to an increase in the number of hotels that have decided to close their doors. The intention of this video is therefore to share good practices to face during the next month of uncertainty. What global actions exist for a global crisis situation? So today, there are innumerable actions adapted to each market. Establishment, style, season of the year, environment, and etc. But which are the most appropriate in global crisis situation? Considering the severity of what is happening, we cannot build the house from the roof down. The first thing we must do is to transmit a message of security and normality. The company co-hosting is currently classifying actions in three main groups. First is security. In the new normal, travelers and guests will make safety and hygiene measures a priority when choosing their accommodation, and they will demand that our clients' hotels implement strict cleaning protocols to deal with the coronavirus. Second is flexibility. Flexibility is one of the most important aspects when booking hotels. New policies that adapt to unforeseen changes like business meeting that may unexpectedly change or vacations that will need to be delayed due to sudden travel restrictions being imposed will need to be developed. By offering flexibility to the customer, hotels can give a degree of confidence to their customers who are undoubtedly worried about booking accommodations due to the inherent insecurity of possible isolation situations, closing of borders, and flight cancellations. Hospitality. It is not a coincidence that the online travel agencies or OTAs display crucial information on the listing of hotels. The hotel must ensure that detailed information is provided, like the time it takes the hotel to answer inquiries, details of what is included in the stay, the hotel's current situation, and expanded information on security measures, concierge services transfers to and from the airport, babysitters for children, museum tickets, etc. Furthermore, they must offer explanations and advice on local measures pertaining to coronavirus social distancing and restrictions. All of these points will now be key to generating reservations. So, what have been the most common actions among the largest hotel and tourism industry companies? As we discussed earlier, there are many actions we can take to start activating the hotels and tourism sectors or hospitality. Some may involve a short implementation time while others may take months until they are ready. The goal of this list is not necessarily to name the best ones, and although we mentioned some of these actions, we also want to emphasize some innovative measures that may not seem necessary, but can we really make or break the traveler's decision to stay in a hotel during this new normal period? To help generate the list, I have read the official announcement of several international hotel chains such as IHG, Marriott, or Hyatt. Additionally, co-hosting company and consultant with organizations such as the World Health Organization and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. From this information, they have extracted the measures that have been most requested by co-hosting's client hotels. Flexibility measures. Update cancellation policies including new measures specifically for epidemics, natural disasters, and different levels of international alert. Offer free cancellation against local, international restrictions or for cancellations of large events. Allow modifications of up to 24 hours before arrival for current and future prepaid reservation. Offer comfort with more flexible upgrades that allow guests to have a better room to be able to work from and to have more space in the case of unexpected quarantines. Being flexible with the check-in and check-out times will help you prevent your guests from waiting in the streets or in common areas, spending unnecessary time to close proximity to the other due large lines. Hospitality. Some large hotel chains are offering their guests 24/7 medical care and display these insurance services and agreements for the guests as a way of building confidence and trust. Create comprehensive guide of the hotel actions to prevent COVID-19 infections and make it easily available on the hotel's website. Transmit a message of social inclusions that confronts COVID-19 without making distinctions between nationality, race, or geographic origin. Assist guests with all their preparations before arrival and create a guide of things to do during their stay that involves providers who are authorized and trusted by the hotel. Security. Currently, it is more important to convey to your guests that you are in constant communication with your authorities. Create a register of travelers that records the history or recent trips by both guests and employees. Avoid your guests needing to use public transportation by ensuring transfers to the accommodation from airports and stations. Provide frequent uniform laundry services and establish an internal laundry protocol for all staff to follow. Laundry and bedding are of vital importance, so a review of the entire process of cleaning, bedding, and linens is highly recommended. Use chemicals recognized by the relevant authorities. Create a protocol for epidemics and quarantine. Train your team to identify possible symptoms caused by COVID-19. Review your design criteria where the entrance are limited and lead to receptions. Implement a temperature control system. The ventilation system should be revised with a specific maintenance protocol that increase the disinfection frequency. Require external suppliers to adhere to equivalent hygiene and safety measures. What about the team? Apart from the fact that many of the aforementioned measures also seek the safety of the hotel teams in the new normal, it is important to keep the employees united and motivated. With this in mind, some recommendations we make from co-hostings are: keep the team informed of the hotel's evolution and business expectations. Unity. Use technological tools so that they feel united even if some team members may be working from home. It is important not to stop daily meeting and regular communication with staff. Take advantage to the slow period. Train your teams, whether they are team facing in the public or those working in the back office. Involve staff member in the actions taken to prevent COVID-19. Marketing for the new normal. At co-hosting, they are closely following the marketing actions that main hotels employees to face this new normal caused by the COVID-19. From this, they draw a common pattern. All have opted to communicate their actions based on security. The main chains have opted to transmit a clear message about what they are doing to confront COVID-19. They aim to remove doubt by promoting maximum hygiene measures being implemented. Technology as a contingency plan. As we already know, there is clear need for a further digital transformation of the industry in order to meet the level of personalization that guests demand. These tools may lead to an increase in indirect bookings and lessen the dominance of the big OTAs. The online travel agencies will leverage markets through heavy investment in custom retention, loyalty, and acquisition tools, while hotels are investing in improving guest stays. The new normal under COVID-19 seems to have made the sector realize that investment in innovative technology must have a clear ROI where the impact can be measured by looking at the RevPAR or the TrevPAR. To facilitate this, here are some examples of the most demand tools in the area of acquisition. TripTis is a popular real-time rate comparer. Beyond Price is used to predict the best price and distribution decisions in real time. This is possible thanks to its artificial intelligence technology. Co-hosting works from the hotel to increase direct reservation, allowing them to complement Their offer with rewards in more than 100,000 experiences and add-ons that provides a differential value to their reservation compared to others. Protocols for guest stay and prevention measures against the spread of coronavirus. The options and ideas that we can implement to migrate the coronavirus are becoming more and more varied. The idea with this section is to adapt these measures to work against COVID-19 in hotel establishment and guide guests through an enjoyable vacation stay. To assist in this process, we have analyzed and adapted measures that are not always carried out but are nonetheless recommended by SUMA health workers to enter and leave home. If we do not have automatic doors, use disinfectant before entering the hotel and against once inside. Before taking the elevator to the rooms, having a doormat on the entrance is encouraged a guest to dry their shoes. This doormat should be changed regularly and cleaned with authorized disinfectants. Provide guests with garbage bags to put packages and suitcases in while not being used. It is important that once they are in the hotel room or the tourist apartment, their suitcases are stored inside the bags. Make available to guests masks and a designated trash bin for those already used. Elevator rides should leave a minute between uses and once one person per trip. In food and beverage, co-hosting through the use of technology and segmentation brings personalized offers to the customers prior to arrival via email. So, what are the customers doing? Very simply, they are pre-booking snacks, drinks, work amenities, even yoga mats. What are some of these measures? Food in general. This module is being used frequently by our tourist accommodations and apart hotels equipped with a kitchen, as it allows guests to order from supermarkets so that they can prepare breakfast, dinner, and lunch without having to go out shopping. Minibars. Minibars are very much in line with the both apartments and hotels. Through this co-hosting module, they leave the minibars empty so that they can personalize it up to 6 hours before check-in. By offering the service, they avoid contact in their rooms and on a daily basis and reduce the need to shop outside. Breakfast. Utilize all kinds of ideas, from buffets with live cooking to a romantic breakfast or on a private beach. What should your hotel consider? If you have finally decided to take action in some of these areas, then co-hosting recommends that before you start, make sure that the following points are under control, so they will save you problems in the future. Staff training. Can staff answer possible questions? Will the hotel need certification of some kind? Can staff job duties be changed to perform new functions? Need for new technologies. Does my hotel booking engine allow the flexibility I need? Do I have the right cleaning equipment? Do I have the software applications needed to reserve additional services? Does my team have time to implement all these changes? Does my website transmit security to visitors? Possible fixed and or variable expenses. Can my hotel assume cancellations expenses? How much do approved cleaning products cost? Do I have to invest in other services that guarantee security? Do I have to invest in marketing to convey all of these additional measures? We'll have to outsource official training. And now what? Perhaps after watching this video, you consider implementing some of these measures. Or perhaps you already had it in mind. Independently, in both cases, it is very important to transmit all of the potential guests, and for this, you will have to communicate it at the right time. Here are some initiatives that are easy to implement. Communicate these measures on your own website to generate reservations. Use email marketing. Once the guest has booked, to generate peace of mind and avoid cancellations. Make use of social networks to build trust. Visibility. During your guest stay, make sure that all prevention measures are visible in the different areas and of the establishment. So that's all. Thank you.